Okay, Angel, thank you so much. We have seen that you attended the workshop from the beginning to the ending. What will you have to say, or what's your perspective after attending the whole of workshop?
I think it was a very impressive gathering, and a lot of positives have come out of it. And I hope we will take what was discussed here and put it, implement it. We are so good at talking, and when it comes to implementing, we don't implement. But what has come out of here and the participation from all the attendees was awesome. And I am very, very impressed.
And then, do you believe the initiation of Gambian moving to and then professional league, as at this point in time, is something that should be done?
Um, is it viable? Would be the question for one to ask. There's a lot that is involved. You need to talk about the infrastructure, which is one of the most important things, and then the financial aspect of running a pro league. You want to remember one thing about the pro league. Now, the pro league is not owned by a federation. It is actually owned by the clubs, but under the auspices indirectly of the federation. So you will need more private sector participation, to fund these teams. Now already at our amateur level, most of our teams are struggling. So it will take a lot of work, particularly media. The media will be a very important component in selling this fully.
So after watching the entire workshop, do you think the teams are ready for it?
At this point in time, now you want to talk about what teams are ready. Not all the teams are ready. Because you need to have the infrastructure actually to be in a pro league, on a home and away basis. So you can count the teams that have infrastructure here. So, but I think as time goes on, we will get there.
Thank you so much.
The pleasure was mine.
We have a representative of Greater Tomorrow. Can you kindly introduce yourself?
My name is Benjamin Eze, the CEO of Greater Tomorrow Football Club and Academy.
Benjamin, thank you. It's a pleasure having you on the platform. What's your perspective about this workshop?
Yeah, I think it's a good move. It's a good move because Rome was not built in one day. Rome was not built in one day, though it's going to be difficult, but at the end, you must start up something. You must start up something. If you don't start up something, you won't get it. You will not feel the difficulties of what you want to or where you are heading to. So I don't think it's a bad initiative. At the end of everything, we're going to take the positive part of it and see how best we're going to get it right.
You said though, that means there are certain bots there. So what are some of the bots that you think are there?
Of course, so everybody knows how football is. It requires a lot of things, infrastructure and money, because it needs a lot of money to get to where we are earning to. Because when you want to professionalize the game, it requires a lot of things. And all those things, nothing will happen without money. So it's require a lot of funds, and you need a lot of, you need to go knock doors. And also we need teams that buckle up themselves and go all out to look for sponsorship or partnership. If not so, it's still going to be really difficult. And also government need to involve in this. We want to make it successful. If we want to have a successful professionality, automatically government must involve. Government must involve to help teams. Because it's so sad to say, but it's not going to be easy for so many teams. It's not going to be easy for so many teams, and it's still going to be easy for so many teams. Yeah.
So now, if you are to rate the workshop now, let's say perspective overall, how will you rate it?
Of course, the workshop is awesome. It's awesome because everything that was just said here is positive. It's very positive, but also we love talking. Talking is easy, but the action plan is a question mark now. What we said and what we're going to do is a different thing. So, participating on the workshop, obviously, is so awesome. If you look at the turnout everywhere was filled up, and it was so interactive, So it's really good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I have another representative from Medina FCA. I understand. Bro, what's your contribution to this workshop today? How do you see it?
Thank you very much. I think it is one of its kind. This is a forum that we have been looking for so long, and thank God today we have the chance to interact with every stakeholder in this new business plan, doing the GFF Pro League. So it's long overdue. The expectations are high. The stakeholders have given their opinions, and the authorities are listening. The consultants are here. So we think if everything goes well, next year we can start the foundation. It's not going to be magic, but it's going to be a process from foundation to medium-term plan, and then eventually to a pro league.
One could say for a foundation to raise, you must and then have a land to build on, isn't it? So most of people are saying that the federation is not yet ready for pro to switch to pro. What is your perspective on that?
We have to believe in ourselves. Like the consultant said in the morning, when Gambia said the Gambia should start a university in 1999, can't remember years, a lot of people doubted it. They started with an extension program. Today we have a viable university. So we have to just go and start, believe in ourselves, start it on the foundation level, get the minimum standard that every coach should have this start, and then we see what happens. So I believe we can do it. It's not only GFF, we like blame the government, but it's GFF, club owners, investors, all the stakeholders in this to make it a pro league. Everybody.
Is Medina ready to go in the pro?
Is that a question for me? Yes, we are more than ready. We are more than ready. We are the standard status. We are the flag bearers. We lead and others follow. We are more than ready to go pro.
Medina is ready for pro league. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We highlighted earlier on, we have different people here, in different sectors. One of the most recognized journalists and a hardworking, dedicated, a senior one for that, my mentor for that matter on the platform today. I'm actually always pleasure to meet you, my boss. What do you have to say about this whole, your perspective on the workshop today?
Anyway, first of all, I'm humbled by those compliments, and I would say keep it up as well. Yes, it's an important initiative. This is long overdue, but the most important thing is that finally we are taking a step. Some of us have advocated for a professional league. We have sit on sports platforms and discussed about getting a professional league. We have interviewed people, we have interviewed stakeholders from different sectors of our football about the importance of having a professional football league. And now that we have the Gambia Football Federation advancing efforts in the realization of this dream is very important. Today we came here, we spent the whole day here discussing and dialoguing and coming up with ideas in different thematic areas under the supervision and guidance of the consultants who have been hired by the Federation to develop a business plan for a sustainable professional league is definitely quite commendable. Yes, the big question remains, is it realistic? The Football Federation said it is realistic. The one important thing is that we have to get started. Yes, it might be difficult. Maybe we don't have the infrastructure, clubs don't have the financial muscle, but it's good to take a step and then try to see how best, you can develop along the line. If we want to say, okay, we have to wait until all the clubs have the financial muscle, have all the requirements of all the criteria that it takes, to get into the professional league. Maybe who knows when that would. Yeah. So exactly. So this is why it is important that we have the Gambia Football Federation coming up with this initiative, hiring a consultant, organizing these stakeholders convergence to discuss, so that this will chart the way forward for the development of a professional league. Well, let's see what happens from here. I know the consultants will go and then they would work on the ideas and inputs that were raised here during the day-long convergence by stakeholders. And based on that, they would develop a business plan which would guide the Gambia Football Federation and all the stakeholders in the realization of the professional league. Yeah, but it's a big challenge. A lot of work needs to be done, and all stakeholders need to come on board. This is why we have a lot of stakeholders here. Us, the media, you have the corporate entity were present, you have football administrators, you have technicians. So all sectors or all stakeholders of the football fraternity were present here, coming together, trying to discuss to be able to put on the table ideas for a strategic plan in the development of this. So it is important. So I hope we can work together as stakeholders because this is the development of football in the country. Me and you are sport journalists. So the development of football is also a development for all of us in our work. So let's hope that from here uh, progress will be made, and then we will go to the implementation and see what happens.
Yes, that's the most important thing because most of people will say that the implementation is the problem. Gambians are very good at drafting things, I understand. So the drafting has been done. In your perspective as a sport journalist, you are in the field and see it. The teams are here. Do you think they are also ready for it?
Well, whether they are ready, that is the big question. Like I said, we know a lot of our teams are challenged in so many ways when it comes to the facilities, that is the infrastructure. How many of our teams have the infrastructure? In fact, as a country in general, our infrastructure is a problem, talk less of the clubs. Whether do they have the financial muscle to be able to pay salaries of players? Because when you talk of professionalization of the league, the clubs will be operating professionally. It's going to be a business entity, where you have the players will be paid, the officials and all those people working around the club will have a salary, and then they will be having, just like, yeah, everything that a staff like somebody, a staff of like me as a staff of GRTS is having. So do the clubs have that financial muscle? How many clubs have that financial muscle? It's a big question. So it's a gradual process. Yeah, I believe the federation hired a consultant. The consultant came up with this stakeholders convergence. Discussions have been made. So the consultant will go back. They will come up, draw up something from these discussions and whatever other means they have, so that they draw the business plan. And then when they draw that business plan, and then present it to the stakeholders, hopefully, maybe, who knows, maybe there would be another convergence to review it and try to make it better. And then we move to the next stage where the implementation comes. So that is where, the debate issue comes in now, whether the clubs are ready, are the stakeholders ready? Because it's not only about the clubs. Like I said, you have the media, because when you talk about a professional league, you need to have that visibility. You need to have our games being sold on television, and all other media platforms. So are we ready for that as well? So it's a whole lot of things. But let's, like I said, it's better that we start somewhere and then we continue moving and see whether it is realistic. But it's not possible. It's not impossible. It's not mission impossible. I believe we can do it. It's not going to be easy. Let us not even say it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But yeah, it's doable.
It's doable.
Yes,
It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. We just have to make a first step for it to go.
Exactly.
Thank you so much once again.
All
It's a
right,
pleasure having you.
you're welcome. Thank you. And we just give the federation and ourselves the benefit of the doubt to whether this is doable. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.